Guys, so in today's video we are going to be talking about new news that we have for a Final Destination 6. This series has been one of the best series that's ever introduced to horror movies, and today we'll be covering all the news you need to know about Final Destination 6, its release date, and much more. So, 1 through 5 was mainly focused on survivors of Final Destination and was focused on just random people. But now, the director of this movie will be taking a different turn and basing it off of it's a whole new chapter of Final Destination movies. After 10 to 12 years of not having a Final Destination movie at all, we're finally coming back with a banger known as Final Destination Bloodlines. This movie will not be focusing on all the normal people that we've been seeing in Final Destination. It will be a little bit more darker and a little bit more sinister as it's focusing on people that save this world. That's right. It will be focusing on not cops, not firefighters, but first responders. So first responders are kind of like medical and much more. So possibly we could see some firefighters, police, and first responders are mainly medical people that, are people that respond to serious medical emergencies. We'll be seeing them getting killed off one by one inside the movie. We don't have a full cast of who's going to be in the movie, so we don't know necessarily who will be playing the first responder main characters or who will be our protagonists. But we do know that our antagonist will be death, just in like all the Final Destination movies. If you log up one of the most dangerous killers in horror movies, you'll go down and scroll down to number 1, and it will say death from Final Destination. You cannot escape death. As it says inside the movies, you cannot escape death because death will always find you. Death is something where if you cheat death, it will always find a way of coming back to you no matter what. When it's your time, it's your time. That's what that movie is trying to say. Of course, inside these movies, you can escape death by actually knowing you're going to die, and then people can try to help you not do it. But escaping it is not a good idea, as it will also finally come back to you no matter what. So, seeing this Final Destination 6 movie seems like a very good option for horror movies this year. It doesn't seem like Final Destination 6 will have the most liked out of the entire series. As far as we know, it might. I'm just saying it might not because I feel like the fifth one was absolutely fantastic with what type of like flip it did, where it basically was taken before the Final Destination 1. At the exact same time Final Destination 1 happened, the same protagonist from Final Destination 5 was on the plane that exploded. So I don't know if we're going to see a big twist like that in these movies, because a lot of these movies like Spiral and The Conjuring and Paranormal Next of Ken and all these movies have not done too much well, especially Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So seeing this, I don't know if the reboot will do as well as what the other movies did at first, but it's always good to see something brand new coming out inside the world we're living in today. So I cannot wait for 2025 to bring us Final Destination 6.